Everyone, this is Angie from the Comfort and Crocheting. Today I'm going to show you how to make my little winter beanie. Um, I had a request to make a beanie by Borf. Hope you like it. So let's get started. Today you're going to need a pair of scissors, some brunette chunky yarn. You can do it in a multicolor, solid color, whichever you choose, your choice. So let's get started. Okay, now depending on the yarn that you use, because you can use a 4-ply yarn, your chunky by brunette will actually give you the thickness like this of this beanie that we'll be working on today, and we'll be doing a closed in area. I did the ponytail one for my daughter, so that's why the top is open, but the one we're doing today will be closed. So with the chunky you will get this effect, and with the 4-ply yarn you will get this effect, much smaller, much tighter, and I guess the ordinary look for a beanie nowadays. So let's go ahead and get started using the brunette chunky. So we're going to begin with our slip knot, or our beginning loop. Most people call them many things. I just think get your loop on your hook. So we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll it over to the back, and we're going to do a single crochet in each one of these little humps in the back. So we're going to do 1, we have, you need the 8mm crochet hook. I'm actually using my 9 right now, but for this part of your beanie that we're working on now, you're going to want to use an 8mm crochet hook. And I'll show you why once we get to the end. But right now I'm using a 9, and it's a little bit difficult using that 9 to do this portion. But yes, use an 8mm crochet hook. 3, and we have 4. So you will have 4 single crochets. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work. Once you turn your work, you're going to do a single crochet in the back loop of all 4 of your stitches you just made. So in all 4 of the single crochets you just made from the previous row, you're going to do a single crochet in the back loop of each one. Once you get to the end, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work. And that's going to be a repeat for you. You're going to repeat this until you've reached about 18 inches in this. So once you reach 18 inches, back and forth, chain 1, turn your work, single crochet in the back loop of all 4 stitches. You are going to continue till you have 18 inches, and once you reach that length, meet me back. Okay, here we are. Now I have my length that I want to do. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 ends and you're going to put them together like this, and you're going to turn it over right here. So what you're going to do at this point, you're going to take and go in this front loop here. No, let's go in the back, it'll probably be easier. I'm going to take the back loop here. You're going to go into there. Make sure you have your chain 1. And now you go into this back loop, and you're going to go in the front loop here, and you're going to pull up and just slip stitch it. Sorry, I was at the camera on that one. Let's show again. in the back loop on your first side, on your front side, and on the front loop on your second side. You're going to pull it through and do a slip stitch. You're going to do that with all 4 of your single crochets to close it off. Okay, now that it's closed, I'm doing one for a babe. As you see, it's for a baby. So now that we gotten to that point, we are going to chain 1. And we're going to take our work as we chain that 1, and I want you to just simply flip it like this right here. So it looks like you're working on the right side now. So now that it's flipped, you're going to place a single crochet in here in this middle section where you joined, but you can't see it because now it's on the inside of your hat and not on the outside. So you're going to put a single crochet in the middle here. See if I can get my hook through there. Okay, there's the single crochet. Not liking the way that looks. I chained my 1 and it's still not looking correctly, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my hook through there and pull my yarn through. Being that it's in the back, it doesn't look right. So we're going to chain 1 now, and we're going to insert it, and we're going to make that single crochet. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet in here, right beside it here. So we're going to put a double crochet there. Now in here is the single crochet. Next is a double crochet, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet, double crochet. Repeat this all the way around with a single crochet followed by a double crochet until you reach back to the beginning where you will join with a slip stitch. So continue and meet me back once you reach the end of your round. Here I am to the end. Mine's ended with a double crochet right beside the single crochet. Depending on the size beanie that you're making, it might not be the same. So what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, and we're going to chain 1, and we're going to repeat it all over again, except for right here in the single crochets we're going to make a double crochet in there, and in all the double crochets you're going to put a single crochet. So a double crochet, a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet. And you're going to do this all the way around and slip stitch into your first stitch, and I will meet you back for round number 3. Alright, here we are for round number 3. Once you do your slip stitch, you will always chain your 1, and we ended or started our last row with a double crochet, so of course you know on top of the double crochet go a single crochet, so you're going to put a single crochet in there, and then your double crochet into the next, then your single crochet, and this is your repeat all the way around until you reach the desired length that you want. For me, for this one here, I did from here to here was 12 rows. You can do it smaller, lesser. You can look and see what width or length you want it to be, what length you want to be. But I did 12 rows from here to here. And once you get to here, meet me back and I'll show you how to begin to close off the top of your beanie. So we've already did 3 rows, so go ahead and do your remaining 9 rows here, and or whatever, however many you want to do, but just measure the size out to what you're more comfortable with. For me, I did 12 rows here. So I will meet you back once you reach your desired length. Okay, here we go. I've reached my desired length. So now, after that last slip stitch, what we're going to do to start closing it off is going to be, we did our chain 1. Now we're going to do some decreases. So now we're going to, in this first one here, it was a double, the last one was a single crochet. So we're going to do single crochets all the way around, but we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to put a single crochet into that first, a single crochet into the second one, and we're going to start decreasing. So we're going to do a partial single crochet here and a partial single crochet in the next, and we're going to drop a loop and pull it through all 3. Now we'll do a single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we're going to decrease again. So we'll drop a loop in the next one, and we'll drop a loop in your next stitch, and you have 3 loops on your hook. You'll yarn over and pull it through all 3. So here we are again. We'll do a single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we'll do a decrease and drop a loop in the next stitch, and drop a loop in your next stitch. You have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and you pull through all 3. Okay, back to doing another single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we do a decrease in over the next 2 stitches. So you yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull up, pull through. So repeat this to the end of the round and meet me back for your next round. Here I am at the end, and I am going to slip stitch into my first stitch. Here I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to start my next round. So what we're going to do now is the same thing we did with the row before or below, is single crochet into the first one. You're going to single crochet into your second one, and you're going to do a decrease over the next 2 stitches. Again, a single crochet into the next 2 stitches, then you're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. Single crochet into the next 2 stitches, decrease over the next 2 stitches, and you will repeat that to the end of your row or round, and I will meet you back. Okay, here I am to the end of my round. I am going to slip stitch into my first stitch there, and I am going to chain 1, and this is going to be our final round before we completely close it off. So after that chain 1, we're going to put a single crochet in the first stitch, which is the joining stitch here. We're going to put a single crochet. We're going to do a decrease over the next 2 stitches. We're going to put a single crochet. We're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. We're going to put a single crochet. We're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. We're going to put in a single crochet. We're going to decrease over the next 2 stitches. going to put in a single crochet, pull out my yarn here. Feels like it wants to get tangled just a tad bit. I'm going to do a decrease over the next 2 stitches. I'm going to put a single crochet into the next. We're going to do a decrease over the next 2 stitches. I'm going to put a single crochet into the next. And if you notice, I'm at my end, but I have one more single crochet here. So with that one single crochet, I am going to just add a single crochet into it. And I am going to slip stitch. And I am going to fasten off. Make sure once you fasten off with a long enough tail. And I will show you why in just a moment. So let's fasten it off. And let's move this yarn out the way. And we are going to pull this all the way through so it can lock that off. So there's that. It's closed off and you have like this little hole in the top. But this is your beanie so far. This is what it should look like. So you have like this little teeny little hole in the top here. So now we have to close that. So how are we going to close that? We are going to flip this inside out. Bring the tail in and pull it inside out. So now you're working on the wrong side of your beanie. So now we're on the wrong side. Now, being that we're on the wrong side, try and get your tail kind of to this corner here. There you have it like that. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook. You can use a smaller one or whatever hook size you want to use, whichever is going to be easy for you. And what you're going to do is you're going to weave that in and out of each stitch around. So I'm going to weave it in and out of each stitch all the way around. Once you finish weaving your tail in and out of each stitch around, meet me back once you get to the end. Okay, now I have reached all the way around to back to the beginning. So now what we're going to do with that tail, we're going to pull it so it closes in that top. See how I closed it in? It's closing in your top. You just pull it. And there it's closed. See? It's closed off now. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place a knot in it so it does not come undone. I like to kind of go in between there. Pull it through here. And make a knot. And there's my knot. My knot is in there and it is closed. See my knot? And it's closed. So now you can kind of shorten your tail now because you have it in there already, the way you want it to be, all tight and everything. But to give it extra security, you want to kind of weave your tail in between some of your stitches in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place another knot in here so I can kind of double secure it. There's my knot, my second knot. And now I'll just weave the tail in between the stitches. just so it'll have even more security. And I think that's probably secure enough. So I am going to snip the rest of this little tail off there. And now we're going to flip it back to the correct side. And there, your top is closed. As you see, it's closed. And your beanie is done. So, if you want to add like a little pom-pom on the top of it, you can. All you will do is make your pom-pom drop through your hole in the top here and each side of it, and just tie it underneath the hat, multiple knots, so it does not come undone, and you have a pom-pom. But this beanie is a male beanie, so no pom-pom. So here's your beanie. Here's my winter beanie. And I created this for one of my friends and subscriber, Borf. I hope you enjoy. If any questions or any more requests from anyone, please don't hesitate to ask, send me a message. And if you do this beanie, please send me pictures to my YouTube or even here on my, well, not here, but on my YouTube or on my Facebook. But I hope you enjoy. So enjoy your day. Until next week. Bye-bye.